Hi everyone, welcome back. We're here playing Cities Skylines again, and yeah, I thought I'd let the game run for a little while just to see if we can accumulate a little bit more money in the bank. We've got a few interesting shots going through the map at the moment. So just brief reminder of what the setup is here. We've got the hard mode turned on in the settings in the game, so all the service buildings cost more to place. We've got a few mods, including Move It mod and a few others. We've got the traffic manager mod, and the traffic is set to hard mode in there as well. And yeah, we've managed to get this map to the full megalopolis for a few streams now. We've slowly been trying to get the expansion of the city to a place where people at least have a chance to fill in the jobs that are available, seeing as we have so many jobs to fill. So yeah, hopefully this is all going okay. Let's have a look. Maybe starting over here. So we've got a gap here in front of us that we could do something with, maybe expand into. But there's quite a hilly area, I think, if I put this view on. Sorry for the big change in contrast all of a sudden. If I switch back to night mode for a minute, we've got a couple of other obvious places that are easy to spot in night mode that we could expand into. One is here, either side of the airport sections, but I have plans for this. It might be that in the near future we actually take advantage of the new airports DLC that is meant to be coming out, and we could look to develop this whole area for a custom airport. So I thought it might be good to try and continue to expand this section over here that we started doing last week. Now over here we've got a very organic looking district so far in terms of how the road layouts have been designed. We added quite a few collector roads, as you can see. We have a lot of trees over here, so potentially we could have a small forestry section if we really wanted to, but to be honest, we have so many jobs already, it'd be good just to try and get people to move in. We added in this busy harbour section last stream as well, which I'm fairly happy with. Has a few hotels dotted around and lots of marinas and fishing tours, and gradually more and more people should be moving in here. You can see I've got a few sparsely placed apartments at the moment, but hopefully more and more people will move in and fill in all of these gaps that you can see that I've painted green. So yeah, it'll be interesting to come back and look at that in maybe a few hours of playtime that will have filled in. We added a few more stops to our metro network as well. This harbour section has been added to a couple of lines, one being actually just a short hop onto this line, which is now actually getting some use because of it. We also have another metro line that goes onto this harbour and beyond, all the way to the city centre. So I feel like we need to have a think of what to place down here. I was wondering about trying to come up with some kind of small extension to the seaside town kind of vibe. It could be that we extend the quay wall for a small way and then turn it into an open beach. And the beach could have, you know, some nice attractions. And oh, let's adjust the terrain modification that we're trying to do here. So let's make that slightly smaller. So I'll just bring that out the same height as the road to start with, so that we have quite a steep drop off into the sea. So it does seem a bit odd that the road is so much higher. Yeah. So we'll just smooth that off a little bit as it goes up there. But yeah, I wanted a little bit of a platform in front of the road. And then here we need to figure out a way to sensibly get the quay wall to come to a stop. So how about we see if we can take this any further, which looks like we can. But then just get that with a little bit of move it mod magic to actually dip down and disappear. Maybe we'll take this one down as well. Okay, so where that seems to break the ground a little bit, why don't we place a few rocks or something around the outside, if I can remember where the rocks live. So I wonder how we could make this look a bit more natural. I'm going to turn Anarchy on as well, actually. Maybe put a few larger rocks around here. Do a tiny bit of detailing. Some of these are just way too big, aren't they? What about this? Yeah, it's still too big. Okay, well let's just go for a few spaced out in a few places. Maybe have some small ones there that are sort of starting to become hidden by the sand, and maybe even try and smooth out what's going on over here underneath. Yeah, there we go, smooth that out a little bit there. And then why don't we try and come up with something interesting. Maybe to come directly from here, let's say. I was going to try and go halfway between the two nodes. Come down. Then turn into a dirt road for a while. And have some kind of attractions down here, maybe like a volleyball court or something. Yeah, I think that might be a good start. Let's try and see what we're doing. Oh, all of a sudden we've got the water coming in. Okay, Let's try building some on this side, so we'll put a couple in. Maybe a restaurant pier on this side. And we're going to need water over here, so let's get that sorted. And I think I've got a terrain painter here. Is this one? No, field, gravel, ruined, pavement. Is it one of these? Fertile, oil, or... Oh, maybe... No, I thought I had something sand... Oh, this one is sand. Maybe that will help if I... Oh, that's quite a different colour, isn't it? Not sure I like that, but... Alright, let's go with it and see if we can make this a really interesting place to come. You know, it's going to be a really, really sandy beach. Doesn't look so great in the rain, but we'll hopefully find some way. Yeah, what I reckon it'd be better if I could bring that back just a little bit. Maybe cover a little bit more around the basketball courts. Sorry, not basketball, you know what I mean. Volleyball. Also, this is way too high in the air. Same with this one. So we've got a bit of a sand bank thing going on. That might work, given that we want the sand to be at reasonably shallow level, and then that can like start to level off over here. Okay, bring that up slightly. This actually should go down a little bit, I think. Okay. So we've got our beachside road, which I think I would like to continue the pattern of having the sand come even further out. To somewhere, yeah, somewhere here where it then starts to bend away. Oh, it's starting to get dark again. Let's just change the day-night cycle a little bit so that we can see what's going on. Yeah, that sand looks very bright to me, but we'll try it out. So one other thing that I've realised is the flood defences have done a good job of protecting the land that's very valuable, but it's not done anything for this here, so we're basically saying that we don't value the property over here at all. Just wondering if I extended that a little bit further, at least to there. Maybe that'll help if I also make that the same height as that one. Yeah, okay. And then what if we actually try and grab one of our really large rocks just to see if that'll help. That's a little bit too big. Yeah, I think about there might be good. Yeah, there we go. Just to have a little bit of a natural barrier continuing further. And then, disasters be damned, you can take the restaurant pier if you have to, but and the volleyball players will have to just deal with a tsunami if it turns up. So that end of the beach is covered with a few places to visit. Now I think it might be cool to maybe have a park, a small park to sort of make people come to visit this thing, but I don't know, maybe that's a bit overkill. It's quite a long beach we've prepared here. People aren't going to come and visit just because it's by the sea. You have to give them something to visit. So, trying to design an area that people would be happy to come and live close to, really. So, I just want to plan a little bit more road infrastructure as well to start to make our way down the hill here. See how this looks. How far across does that come? Yeah, okay. Let's go to there, and then needs to come even shallower, I think, and then work its way down. So if we try and help it on its way down, we could have this one start much further down, this one much more gradual. Yeah, that looks better. So this winding road ends up going right through to our other garden, which needs something fixing. So the climbing frame is taken care of, and this path reaches all the way to this collector road before it finds a dead end. So we have one way of kind of hopping from one side of this district to the other, even just using a small road. And we have access to collector roads from two sides, left and right. So I feel like we should be a bit experimental here and maybe just use a dirt road. I mean, could just continue that. What if I just continued this thing. Maybe have it pop back up to there. Let's see what we're doing. Then, what if that went straight for a while? And start to bend away. And then come back up. So we've got 1, 2, 3, maybe have one more interconnecting point. There we go. And then maybe we should make the area to build upon a bit larger around the side of this thing. Oops, that was a bit too big. I want to undo that. Make that a smaller brush. So, for example, we'll have the buildable section be on the sand here. Something like that. And then make sure we smooth on the other side of that road so that the beach isn't too much of a cliff. Okay. So what have we ended up with? We've ended up with a gravel road right along the beachfront that has a bit of space for more places to come visit. I feel like we could add a couple more volleyball courts actually at this corner here. Do we have space for any other things like, oh, maybe we could get the skate park in somewhere? That could be cool. I'll put it up at that end. And then we've already got one pier. I wonder if we could use the other slightly larger one, which is the fishing pier. Maybe put that one at the end of that there. Maybe have it. Okay. Makes the land look a bit weird, but I'll have it like that. We're going to need water for these. Okay. So what are we doing? So if we add a little bit more in the way of buildings on this right hand corner, we can pretend that we've reserved this as beachfront area for people to visit. So it feels like we should have a few hotels maybe on the other side of this road, maybe, you know, over here. Got to carve out a fair chunk of space on this side to be able to do that, but okay. Let's get the waters zones prepared. Okay, and then why don't we be selective with some of the areas we'll be interested in placing around this So I'm thinking this is going to be a mixture of all sorts really. We could have a bit of IT cluster to get some tall buildings, then tourism specialisation to get some other tall buildings, and then on this one, yeah, let's do self-sufficient buildings as well. So we've got all the high-rise types of buildings going on here. Then we can start to play around with what might look cool. So why don't we have the first hotel looking thing pop up there? Maybe have it next to some small things like that. Then we could have a small office, maybe 2. Then let's have a couple of holiday let type apartments close to the road. Maybe a couple of larger ones. Be interesting to see what we get. So, do we dare add a couple more bits? Yeah, I think I'll go with a few more props there. Then maybe do a 2x2 one, and then let's add a couple like that. Okay. Then let's do something similar here. Have people coming to live, maybe with a 4x4, something like that. A couple of those. Then maybe another couple of offices. Then how about one big old one there. And maybe just a couple more. Let's do an office, small office there. Just to fill in the gaps. We'll go up to there. So I'm conscious of the fact that we have no surfaces over here to encourage people to come and make use of this. Not sure yet where to put that. How about a little bit of services somewhere here? Let's just check. Do I have free building volume? Yeah. So from the edge of Woodland Park onwards. Okay, so let's concentrate on adding things there. So we'll put in something there. We'll have a local police department. We've done that one. We're going to need a little clinic. Maybe even a crematorium. Although we do seem to have one nearby, actually. So maybe that'll do. And do we want to have a gym or something else? Maybe a elder care, because that's a nice spot. So I think we've filled in everything else, didn't we? All the way up to there. Okay, so yeah, potentially we could place one there. Could maybe even do another one on this side, you know. Just to emphasise a place for older people to come and hang out. Maybe that's a bad use of phrase for that, but yeah, I'm going to just adjust the terrain slightly because it's very steep going around the back here, so probably make it slightly shallower around the buildings. Yeah, there we go. So we've got a bit of a cliff forming behind this row of buildings. Oh, that's an interesting one. What is that? Ah, okay. And we've got a few buildings jumping in now. This is nice. What's the land value like? Yeah, we've got some decent land value around this end of the beach. Same, I suppose, here. Okay. Yeah, I'm just wondering whether we should have a proper road coming down onto the beach or not, but I think, to be honest, it's fine as it is for now. So we've created something to fill out a bit more of that space. We have a connection down to it through here. So now I want to do some more work around this Sterling Square zone. Let's see if we can fill in some more here. And yeah, I'm going to stick with zoning how I normally zone, which is selective placements around here, especially given the weird wiggly nature of these roads and the fact we're on some steep hills. We're going to want to be careful where we allowed houses to build. Off the back here is fine, there's no other roads behind directly in the way. Same there, I think we could just carry that on there, to be honest. How are we doing for water? Oh, we've taken care of that already. Good, okay. So I think on this bend we can easily fill these in. There's quite a drop off in height there, so I think what I'll do is I'll just put one house on that road on the way up the hill, and I don't think I'll do anything on this side. So to help with that, I'm actually going to place a fence, maybe have it be a wooden one actually, of some kind, maybe a farm fence, just to see how that looks. Let's see. Yeah, okay. So I'm just going to help define some of the building areas. that we're going to allow on these windy roads. Yeah, it's about that far down. And then here we're definitely not going to be able to build anything along this section. Same here. There we go. Where else? Next one down as well. Yeah, see this side looks a bit steep, so I think we're going to need to stop the building there. Down to there. And then, yeah, maybe even extend that for this whole road so that we can actually use the terrace above still. There we go, and then maybe the last one as well. There we go, and then maybe this last little bit. And we've already got buildings now placed here, so why don't we finish that section off. Where are we? Just zooming out a little bit so I can get a bit of view. So this is our road that goes down to the beach, isn't it? Yeah, okay. So I feel like we could be adding more shops along that road at some point. But yeah, I think for now, because of all the work we've done, we can now easily place some good housing on all of this. What are we going to do with this weird square thing going on? Got the feeling that we might have to add a couple more fences. So let's do some around here to stop building on that steep cliff edge bit. Here is okay though, but then I think I'm going to just place a couple of fences on the way into this so that we get better building zones in a couple more places. Right. Let's try anyway, at least. Okay, so that's taken care of most of that. Let's try and fill some of this in then. So I think this is too tight to fit a house in it, given the terrain difference. So here I think is the first place we could add a house. How are we doing with this university? It's still prestigious, so that's great. Okay. So I feel like we can now switch to building more standard blocks now over here. And then on the back of this terrace, looks to me like we could start getting a few houses placed like this. Maybe I'll make them just 3 deep instead of 4 deep. Maybe last one could be a small, yeah, maybe like that one on the end. As you can see, as soon as the building comes in, it raises the land behind it quite a lot, so I didn't want to make it 4 tiles deep, because it would just mess up the terrace for the next set of houses. So I think by the time we get to here though, we can use all the room available, because we have quite a bit of room there to the next terrace. Here we've got room for what, one big house, I reckon. Let's put it there. And then on this side, got room for a couple like that. Okay. Let's carry on. I feel like we need a park of some kind on this corner. Let's try and get a dog park in. Dog park. Where's... Yeah, we don't have much going on, but this will help. Yeah, there we go. I wonder how we're doing on power, actually. Oh, apparently there's tons of power availability. Water is just about okay. What's the budget running at, actually? Water we've got quite high. Power, it looks like we could save ourselves a bit of money. I think at night time I'll make sure that's slightly higher in case I need it to be, but apparently I'm making tons of power that I just don't need. Okay. So we've got quite a terrace difference being set up here from one row to the next. Okay. How about we keep filling in down here? So I'm going to start with a 3x3 there, I think. And then move to some 4x4s. Gonna see if we could get an office to pop in, just to shield the noise a little bit. Let's see, yeah, let's just fill all of that in straight away, and then that one. These are some fairly good spots for the odd large house. Yeah, let's try and get these filled up reasonably quickly with 4x4s where possible. Yeah, okay. So we've extended that neighbourhood on the bottom 2 tiers. Let's continue to finish. You can see what we're doing slightly better. Yeah, here we could certainly add a bit more. And then what about this fiddly section up here? I think I'll make these no bigger than 3x3 because it's quite hilly up here at the back. Like that. Over here though we've got plenty of room, so make it slightly bigger. And here just going to come right the way down to there. See what comes along. How are we doing? Looks like we're going to need to make a bit more space at the back. So yeah, for example, let's fill all of these in. Oh, now game was saving in the background. Yeah, so now that I've done that, I'm going to just smooth this a little bit at the back. Okay. Fill in the last few sections. And here as well. Yeah, we've got plenty of room there. Okay, that's most of that section filled now. What we're missing is something over here. Do we have space for a little bit of rubbish collection or something polluting in that gap? Got quite a nice gap there. Can I get that to fit through? I'd like to get the fence out again, actually. So that's going to go through there and through there. Then we'll try and get a road down the middle. Let's get that to bend alongside. Can we get away with putting something there? Or maybe that side actually. Yeah, okay, so let's get rid of that. And then actually just extend that even further. And instead we will just put it on the end of the straight road. Like that, because that's well away from all of that. Same, I think, down here. Yeah. Let's take that downhill slightly. There we go. And let's finish off that little bit with another extension to the fence. We could even make that a little bit smoother around there. And we can pretend that this is hidden away in a bit of a junkyard type of place. Well, not, maybe not a junkyard. How about we put some rocks around it? Sort of to hide what's going on. Yeah, I think that creates interesting dynamic to sort of hide it away from stuff like that. Okay, let's just take that down slightly. Yeah, okay. And then on this side as well, what about this weird looking rock that's right up against that thing there? There we go, and then maybe just one set collection up there like that. There we go. And we've created a rock garden where the trash goes to hide. So we've got slightly better coverage now. Looks like we need a little bit of the odd shop to appear here and there. Okay, how are we doing over here? Yeah, we've got a few large industry buildings up here, okay. How are we doing over here? We haven't had much change yet in the way of this kind of thing, growing in any more residential. Seem to be quite a lot of people walking around. Maybe the noise pollution is too high, but actually it looks not too bad, to be honest. How is our waterfront looking down here? So we have most of these filled in with buildings now. We've got that filled up to there. We've got this filled in with some weird, interesting ones. Okay. We've got people on the skate park, which looks like it needs to be brought down. There we go. Okay. How about adding a little bit more to the section here? Seems to be plenty of room from one tier to the next here, so I think I'll just continue expanding this out like that. With some big 4x4 plots. Yeah, there's good. And then here we'll switch to 3. So I feel like we need a couple of shops as we approach this collector road, actually. So we'll put in a few small shops just to help there. Then we've made it all the way down to the collector on this side, and now over here. Yeah, I feel like we need to adjust the placement for this slightly. Seems to be quite a steep drop there. I bet I'm going to have to add some more water pipes, so we'll have a look at that. These we can fill in. No reason not to do a full 4x4 section. How far is this going? All the way around to there. Yeah, okay, let's continue with that. Okay, and then on the back side, yeah, I think we could just do the same there for the most part. Okay. Okay, I'm going to create a couple of shops down here on this side. Bit of a seaside shopping front. Well, not almost seaside, but you get what I mean. And then over here, I'm just going to blanket cover some of this. Again, get some 4x4s going as well. And yeah, let's have a look at what's going on here. Just to break this up a bit. Going to need some 4x4 sections. Yeah, okay. Going to be able to just extend that. Yeah, let's just fill that in all the way down, see what we get there. And there, I think. Right, okay, that's a lot of house placement already today. Let's see how we're doing. We're up to nearly 153,000. Let's see, just compared to what we're getting come in. We've got a couple of office buildings there. Yeah, a few low-level residentials. Education's probably not great, is it? That's probably what we're missing. So, what if we could afford to drop a little school in somewhere here? I get the feeling that right there is about the best I can do. And then, what about over here? We've not got much in the way of a school out here. You know what I could do is use some of this space. Like that. And maybe even come this way as well. Yeah, so we could place a school there. Get the normal parks on either side of it. Can we fit a bigger one in? Not quite. Okay, well let's go with the normal deal, which is a small playground there, and then a basketball court on this side. Maybe even a small plaza here opposite. And then let's get a path going. So, for example, let's connect that to that and that to that. Maybe upgrade that one. Where else could we connect to a path? No, I think that's okay. Yeah, alright, so now that we've done that, I could fit in a couple more. Yeah, let's do all of those. How are we doing for elementary education? Still not great, apparently. High school is fine, that's basically covered. University, yeah, we've got a little space to go, but not too bad. Let's see, are people using this road much? Oh yeah, there's quite a few coming over to Sunset Harbour. Quite a few private cars, sorry, using this road junction, coming from all over. Okay. Let's have a check of the traffic. It's pretty good still, isn't it? It's over 83% traffic flow. Normally my point of congestion is normally these two roundabouts, but even though you look reasonably good, I think it's probably because our metro system is working quite well. Another pinch point is normally people coming off of this junction onto this roundabout, which does seem to be still a little bit of an issue. A lot of people seem to want to come out of here and turn left, which means taking the most outside lane to go around all of the roundabout. Yeah, look at all these people queuing to just get onto the roundabout. I think that really is our only major point of traffic. Everywhere else looks pretty green, pretty good. Even down here is okay. Yeah. So why don't we have a look at this for a minute? Is there anything we can do to help this? It seems like it's backing up a fair way onto the highway. Seems like most people are looking to escape to all sorts of directions. Okay. Maybe let's just concentrate on those coming off the slip road. So apparently we have some going straight across onto that slip road, which makes no sense to me. Everybody that is coming off here should be only going right. Let's let's make that right only. And actually, I thought we had, yeah, this should be to there only. And all of a sudden all the people have been removed. Maybe I did that by mistake. And I'm sure it'll get busy again. But I wanted to check. These are all set to just keep on moving, same as that one. People keep on moving. And then here, is it behaving properly? Yeah, it looks okay. Okay, so let's just check the normal slip road again. Apparently there are quite a few trucks for services or goods coming into these places here. So maybe we could just remove a few of the industrial buildings around here. That would help. So for example, some of these on the corner we could just do away with. What about these small ones? Every little helps, right? Oh, I don't know, somehow the traffic has just disappeared again. What if we just check the speed limit on the roundabout? Apparently it's 40, which I think is fine. Maybe there's a way of checking in the options under, what is it, the traffic manager mod. Gameplay, is it? Enable advanced vehicle AI. I've got turned on. Despawning is disabled. I've got it on Holy City. I can't remember if that's the right spot, but I think it is. Policies. What about on general for this option? Yeah, I think that's okay. So I think it was just on the gameplay. I was just wondering if there was like a driving style thing or something like this I could adjust. I'm not quite sure what changing these do actually, but it looks like, yeah, people will get agitated if I choose a number different from 0%. So yeah. We've got a weird thing going on here where people are just stopping for no reason. So let's tell them to just keep going through. We need to do the same here. Just a little bit of traffic management. I'll just do it to the end of this collector road. Let's see how many more there are to do. Don't really want to do there unless it's absolutely needed. Just random nodes that are not a junction. Let's see. Cool, this is when you know your collector network is quite good because it goes halfway around your city. It's going a long way, this road. Still going, still going, still going. This goes right through the city centre, this one. We've hit there, we're up to here now. Where are we? Yeah, we're heading off towards the university campus, which we haven't looked at for a little while. Down to here. Turns back on itself, goes off to there. Finally we found the end of that road. Okay, well, that's interesting to see how far that road actually goes, isn't it? So it starts there, goes all the way around and stops here. Cool. So given the work we've done, let's check out how these are coming in. Oh, we've got a few more students back in the university this year. Good, okay. So how are we doing? Over there we haven't seen too much change. I wonder if I put another school in. See, we've got one school over there. What if I added in an old school? Or something. What is this? Just... yeah, okay. What's the noise pollution like? Not great. Okay, so let's place a school. Just to shield a bit of the noise. I'm sure that'll encourage a few more buildings to jump in. And then maybe on here we can go for an office instead, just to help shield the noise. Cool. Let's have a look at our beach section. We've got the elder care centre. And then another one up this end. And some reasonably interesting variation in buildings along here. Okay. Okay, so how are we going to fill in this extra section we've got? Let's see, I did fill in all of this, didn't I? Yeah, so that's all just waiting for things to appear. We've got this section near the harbour, which I feel like could potentially be a place where we allow some fishing industry, maybe. But I think we're still in a position where we need people to move in before we create more jobs. Yeah, we've still got about 8,000 jobs available that people are just not doing, so we really need more people to move in. So I'm just going to have to keep going at it, I think. Maybe I just need to keep going with the elementary schools, seeing as that is where we seem to be behind in getting enough people to turn up. Yeah, I'm going to put one there, an old-fashioned one, and I'll even put a plaza on the opposite side. And then maybe even another one over here. Yeah, there we go. So that should help. Let's see, how full is this one? Now that one's already full. And this one is already full as well, so easily got subscribers to these schools. Okay. very gradually we've got people educated to this point where I am missing schools. Like over here, for example, there are no schools, and yet people are still educated. So I guess it's just because they've been living here much longer. They've gradually got to a point where they are well educated. Check out Sterling Square. We've got nearly 5,000 in that one. Maybe we need to draw another one. We've got Sterling there, Pearl, Olive, Woodland Park there. I'm going to add something into this section. I'm not sure what it's going to be yet. Might not be anything there, but we'll have it go up or down, I should say, to there. Maybe include that little bit as well. And that little bit. Well, why not add that too? Lilac Square. Okay. And then we're going to have this be a section as well. This is a section which has a lot of trees in it, but I might well just do away with a fair few of them, because I don't think I want to add another forestry section or anything like that, to be honest. So sorry to the trees, but I'm just gonna blanket cancel some of this stuff over here. I want to make this a distinct section that is a good spot for some residential, and maybe I'll thin that out a fair bit too. Maybe just keep a few knocking around. Let's make the brush strength really weak, just so that we keep a few. Just to thin some of this out a little bit. Right, okay. What have we got going on here? The land looks a bit odd. So we do a little bit of terraforming around here, just to smooth the land out a little bit. So what have we got? We've got some weird hill valley section things going on. Just to maybe follow that road through that valley, I think is going to be handy. Let's smooth out some of these contours a little bit. Good. Okay, happy with that section. So yeah, actually I think I would like to continue this road on that we were looking at. If nothing else, just to try and define a spot to maybe think about building a sort of a separate town out on the point here, that we could expand outwards from that in the future before we come back to Butler Heights, just to, I don't know, at least plan for some ideas to the future. So let's first of all get this thing going. There we go, so we're coming down the valley down there, naturally following the curve in the land as well. And then I feel this needs to actually start to come out towards the point. And it could be a meeting point of a couple of roads maybe, but we'll have that one come there like that. And then this one come from here. Start to come out. Oh, game is saving again. Okay, so yeah, we've got kind of a natural thing happening here where I could go around that, maybe have some kind of small thing here, maybe continue that back along there, and yeah, we can sort of see what's going to happen, can't we? Let's make these three roads now meet up. So we're going to have this come out straight all the way to here, I think, and that one come out straight as well. Yeah, and then get them to meet up, and then this one needs to wind its way down to meet up. So let's take that around. And get that to meet up like that, I think. Oh, that didn't look quite how I intended. Maybe that can go off that way and we'll put something over there. Okay. So we've got this massive gap in the middle now where we could continue this collector through as well, I reckon. And oh yeah, we've got a natural barrier with a hill, so we could sort of make our way up and around that, couldn't we? Let's do the usual thing where we approach the land, start to come uphill gently. Like, maybe make it come up in a straight line. Yeah, that carries on quite nicely. Then we can get it to bend. Carry on up the hill. This is coming downhill quite quickly. I think if we get it to meet up into there, that's not too bad, is it? And we could get that to continue back out the other side again even. And maybe turn that into a bridge going over there again. We could do something similar with this one as well. Like that. And yeah, we've really got some interesting road structures building. I feel like this needs to find its way over as well. This way would be good. Let's try and take it up the hill gradually, so I'll start to bend it up and away like that into there. There we go. I've got a feeling that I might want to connect it up with this road actually. This road comes out into the middle of nowhere. Maybe we could take that further and continue it out. You know what, I think that's not too bad as it is, but could be a handy connecting road, couldn't it? So yeah, let's have this one be a winding road that makes its way in some interesting direction. Something like that. Okay, so we've got another connection going on, and that might be something that I upgrade all the way down just to see how that looks. Like that. Okay, so what have we done? We've put some interesting extra road networks in as a starting point. We might need to add a few more roundabouts in places, but that's fine. So Butler Heights then is, and Lilac Square I think are the next two sections I want to concentrate on. So Lilac Square is a weird sort of transition section that goes from a touristy high density type area to a low density area. So and because it's on a bit of a steep bank, there's not actually that much I want to put in here in terms of buildings. So maybe we could actually just keep this as a green belt, as they call it. Oh, the strength is a bit too high. So what if we just do that? So I don't mind that. We have maybe even have something like that over here as well. There we go. And then Lilac Square can stay as like a green belt area, maybe put a park in it in the future. So then we actually have to decide what we're going to do with Butler Heights. And we need to make a start with adding a few connection points, don't we? So we've got a bit of a natural bowl, sort of a depression going on around here. feel like we need to carry something on from here somewhere. Like that. Get that to come down. That goes straight through here. And then start to bend around. And then meet up. Close that little section into a couple of parts. So we've got a slightly slopey part and a more flat part to butt the heights now. This can probably continue as well. Like that. And it seems pretty obvious connecting point is going to have to come at the point of the hill, which is the least steep height, which is following up through here. Yeah, that'll do. So we've got some connections there, and actually I think I might make that one just a non-tree lined road. Okay. Okay. This is very organic stuff going on here that I quite like, but sometimes I feel like I get bored of it and would like to go back to doing grids, but it just shows how much of this map has turned into a sort of a free-flowing organic feel to it. You could say it's, yeah, certainly this section of the map could do with a bit better fire coverage, couldn't it? What if we could help a little bit with, what was it there? Do we have anything here? Yeah, we do have one of these. Seems like we could do with a bit of added extra fire protection. I'll put something in there. Pretty sure that is a watchtower, isn't it? Yeah. So, not too bad. Let's see, how are we doing now over here? Well, now that I've put a school in, people still don't want to move in. Okay, well we're still growing, we're up to 154,000. How are we doing on this? Still need to find a way to get more people to move in. So, I don't know, how do we get to a stage where we've got more people living here than that are unemployed? I guess we make sure they're all educated fairly well, I suppose. Health is good, 80%. Death care is pretty good. Childcare is 85%. Yeah. Older care 74. I think we have some good coverage. We seem to have good coverage over there. Over here, not quite so great, but still good. Oh, hi Nick. How you doing? I'm still on a mission to get the city growing. Yeah, there's been not too much massive happening. I guess we've put this thing in along the seafront that you can see here. Bit of a random beach and seaside resort looking thing, but it's all concentrated on this one collector road. Added in loads of roads over here that I'm gradually going to be filling in. All of this on screen is mostly new roads. And we've been filling in some housing in Sterling Square. We've filled in housing there, and Pearl District have finished putting housing in there as well. So I'm kind of trying to decide what to do with Butler Heights next. So yeah, sometimes I get roads that sort of break the pattern and don't continue on. Like, for example, here. I think I would like to just start that one there, because they only had to drive to here to get in anyway. And we could have that come right through that sort of bottom of the depression in that little section. And maybe get that to come up to there. And how about we get that to continue on and then start to bend up around the contour lines. Yeah, just for a bit of variety, we'll put that through like that. And then, yeah, we definitely need to fill in something here, don't we? So, let's maybe just come out from there. Get that to go to there. And then, yeah, this time, why don't we connect that actually to the road? Because we do need at least one connection, I think, over here. And we could actually get that to come further around, couldn't we? So we get that to come all the way up to there like that, creating a few more connections. So we've got one connection in here to Butler Heights. Got one up there, one there, one there, one there. That's pretty good. Okay. Yeah, I think we hit 150 or just about 150 at the end of the last stream. Today it's creeping up to almost 155. I still see this as a map that has plenty of growth to go. I'm actually looking forward to trying out the airports DLC when that comes out, to maybe transform our transport hub area. We could look to transform this completely, and try and incorporate the new DLC when it comes out. We'll see. As I've already done the thing that I would normally do with the combined assets in the game, which is just slap a cargo airport near the Metropolitan Airport, but I don't know, judging from the trailers on the DLC, looks like you can maybe combine cargo and passenger airports yourself, maybe, I'm not sure, but I don't know. It looked like part of the airport had cargo access on the trailer. Did you get a chance to see that trailer yet for the new DLC? Where should we connect this one? We've got connection over there. Yeah, you know what? We've got quite a few already. At this side, we've got, how many have we got? We've got 1, 2 around the back here, 3, 4, 5 connections with collector roads. Maybe just have one more in this direction, to maybe this one or this one, but don't think we need both of these. So I think what I'll do is take that out there, get it to come around, maybe just get it to go straight in. That'll be the final connection for that section. So I think Butler Heights then needs a bit of exploratory road network going on. How about we start from here? So get that to come through there. Something like that. Maybe continue that on actually. So we'll go like that and like that. Fill in with a few gaps intentionally around the hilly sections because it can be difficult to get buildings to behave where we already know that it's quite steep, so we'll just have these roads come around. And why don't we just bring that one straight back down again. So that's filled in that little zone. Now here in the centre I've got the feeling that we could actually flatten some of this out a little bit just so that we can do something useful and create like a small centre vibe. By that I mean a small village centre or maybe even a town centre thing going on, maybe built from here, maybe with a couple of grid looking pieces because it's quite flat and we have a straight road to play with. So why don't we, maybe come out from about there, let's say. I'll go out, 30, and then across 33. Let's see what that does. Oh, another year's finished. Still prestigious. Good stuff. So yeah, I'm just trying to plan a little bit here. A couple of gridded pieces through the middle. Just to see how that looks. carried that pattern this way and went for like to there. So I feel like that doesn't want to meet up nicely, so why don't we get that one to close up there. We'll bring that up to there, but we won't close it, and then why don't we bring this to there, and then get it to bend around. We could get that to come down. Oh, that doesn't look good. Let me change the angle on this one. Where's the node coming in? Let's maybe change this slightly so that it comes out at a different angle. Something like that. There we go. That's different. This central piece, we could maybe put school in here or something, or do something with it. But then what about if we continue that on and maybe get it to connect there, do something wiggly with that one. Get that one as well to connect. And then what else could we do? Oh yeah, this could come down. And you know what, that could actually go all the way in to there, couldn't it? Got this windy road then goes all the way up and around. We could even like fill in that gap like that. Yeah, I'm not sure about that angle actually. Let's maybe do something that's set to the angle on this road so that it starts from here, goes to there, then comes down to that one. Okay. Why don't we continue this one on around the contour lines, just for the hell of it. We'll get it to stick to this contour line. What we're going to do here, we could, yeah, I guess we could connect it up if we wanted to, but don't think we have to. I'm going to get it to stop there for now. Here though, we could have that come up and around and connect like that. And then this is not too steep, so when we take that up to there, then around and get it to connect like that. Then we can have another one coming off of here. Get that to go straight like that. Oh, that. Let's change the angle on that one. So yeah, something like that. Looks a bit more natural. Okay, how are we doing? We've still got this gap here. I could do something with. Let's start from here. Put that line in. We could actually take that all the way down. Get that to connect up. Maybe goes. Then we need to decide what we're going to do when we come this way. Got a slight bend going on here, so why don't we follow that around just to continue that, and then let's take that up to there and then actually take it off instead, and start to bend it back, get it to meet up with this one just for the hell of it, and then start to bend it that way, bring it back, and take it up to there. There we go. How should we fill in the middle? Maybe let's start with this one. Here we've got plenty of room. So I'm going to take that up to there. I could have maybe used that space a bit better. Try and get 2 roads in there instead of just one. So, for example, we could get that to go to there, like that. Then this one feels like we need to close that loop. Okay, and then maybe for the last bit, let's try and get these 2 to connect around the back. Yeah, okay. Just about works. Okay. Now down here we've got a nice flat area, but not a very easy way to place close grids, so we might have to keep the organic twisty feel that we're going for. How should we do this? I've got this road coming through. How about if I extend that and bring it this way this time to cut that off, and then start to fill in here like that. Then we could get that to connect up to there. That's most of that filled in. I don't think we need to connect that really. Okay, then this direction, let's follow the weird thing shape that we're doing. Why don't we bring that right around, get that to go into there, and then we could go into there. We could even fill that little gap there, even fill that little gap. This way as well. Let's get that to bend right around inside there. Maybe fill that little gap there and carry it on. Just close that up to there. Okay, nearly there. I feel like I want to connect that one up to there, bring this one into there, and get the two to connect like that. We've got this section that could just continue on. Let's try and bring that down and around like that. This is some weird shapes going on. Okay, let's just, how about we just close a couple of these out to make use of the space. Like that, there we go. Let's have a look without this weird green shade on what we've done. There's a couple of holes, it feels like. So, over here. Yeah, okay. Join that back up to there. That could just be another dead end. And then do we join these up? Yeah, why not? We'll put that down to there. Maybe even connect that through to there. Okay. So now I want to put some paths everywhere. Just leave the grid on, and some paths that we're going to need to put in are things like, things like this. Connect to the dead ends that I've left to some useful places so people can walk. Maybe this one will be good. Let's go right up to there. Oh, this is a weird one, so let's go to there. Here's one. Where else? Oh yeah, we've got a few over here. So this one that's encroaching on the space a little bit. I might have to take that back a little bit. Let's go to let's turn the grid off. Keep the angle on for a second. I'm going to go up to there, I think. That should be enough. Okay. And why don't we connect it through there? That needs a connection there. This could do with one there. This definitely needs one there. I feel like we need something over here, but it's not too bad. This one, like that, and then maybe that should even continue through. Where else are we? Yeah, there's a couple down here. Let's just muck about with the move it mod a little bit, so I've got space to put a path in. Let's just get it in with Anarchy. Right, then here, it'll connect there, and there. Okay. So, Butler Heights is pretty much ready to go, I think, for that. We also need, of course, to add water pipes, so give me a few minutes while we sort that out. So we'll try and do this quickly underneath the main roads. Let's join this up with this one down here. And let's extend the network again through road to start with. Come back into here. Right, and then where's this one? Yep. Here's a tree-lined road, so we'll start from there. I'll finish it off to the end for now. Right, where else do we need to go? I reckon we're going to need some more water pipes, you know. Sorry, not water pipes. I mean water stations for waste and fresh pretty soon. Okay, we're getting there. Let's just do this little dead end piece, and then I think we can, yeah, get around there as well. For this one, we'll need to go around. Looks like we have to go into there, and there, and there, and there. Have we done it all? Oh no, there's a bit over here. Boom. Maybe just close that right around. Okay. Oh, let's do that one. There we go. So about the heights is done. And we've got plenty of demand for residential still. We've got to figure out where we might want to place a couple of service buildings and buildings to concentrate around for this section. So we've got our feeder road that is the tree-lined boulevard. Could place a couple of service buildings just off of that, maybe somewhere down here. So for example, we've got two roads quite close to each other here, so could make use of the fact that we're not going to have much room anyway. If we could place, yeah, some slightly larger pieces in here. Yeah, why don't we splash out a little bit and service a whole area with a slightly larger hospital. So we could put something there for that. I think we've got, yeah, we've got the money for it. Okay, so we're going to get a large hospital. Why don't we get a police headquarters as well? That just about fits in there. We're definitely going to need a crematorium, because we don't have much service over here yet. Maybe I'll put that slightly closer to the collector road. Yeah, maybe we'll have a second one as well over this end. Yeah, I'm going to put it there. That's a fair bit of money spent, isn't it? Yeah, they're 31 grand each. These service buildings are expensive as well. So we've got that. What should we have opposite? Could maybe put a little park or a plaza opposite that, couldn't we? What's the back look like? Nothing great. We've done police and health and fire. Rubbish collection is pretty good. So schools then. You know what we haven't placed in a while is one of these bigger schools that have a massive L shape to them, just to give the impression that it's a big school. We could carve out a bit of space for one of these. If we do that, we could even change this a little bit, couldn't we? So, for example, if I did that, and put it somewhere there, maybe. A little bit. Yeah, I'm having to think. Where should we put this? If I put it there, and I'll try and get a road right alongside it. Let's get angle turned on. Maybe road length as well. Yeah, there we go. And get a road coming around the back. Break that connection slightly. And just get it to come just up to there. I'll get that to connect up. And then, oh yeah, this path here. I'll remove it for now, but I know what I want to put on here. I want to make a bit of space for just a plaza. I'm hoping can fit in there, which it does. That's good. Then a couple of, or maybe just one tennis court. Maybe if I put two around this side, put two there, and then what do we normally do with the high schools? We put a gym in, don't we, or something like that. So if I could just force that in, that would be great. Yeah, that's fine. And then we'll get the path put back in. Let's see, how's this doing? Oh wow, it's already full, and it's miles away from anybody. So we must have needed that. So it makes me think that we probably could do with placing a small elementary school nearby as well. So why don't we look to place one of those somewhere here. Maybe nearby. We could pretend this is a whole school complex. Small school and big school right next to each other. So why don't we do that? We'll have that there, and let's have a basketball court for that. Facing this way, maybe? Yeah. Great. Okay. That's a pretty central spot. And then can we find, like I was saying earlier, some kind of nice plaza or something to place in front of the thing that we just spent a load of money on like this. Just Fountain of Life and Death. There we go. Let's give that a bit of character. Okay. We haven't connected that up. Let's do that. Why don't we put that connection there and connect one all the way through. I feel like we could put something in the middle here. Some kind of service building or attraction. Something. What could we put? What haven't we done? Oh, we haven't done a metro station. So that seems like a good idea. Somewhere here. Let's come up with a metro stop. Maybe there or here. Yeah, because people are going to be coming to the school area, so let's put it there. Now I've got to find somewhere to connect it up to. That looks like a good spot, doesn't it? Over here. At the back of Pearl District. Yeah, that looks okay. Let's maybe even turn on road guidelines as well. Let's get that swinging around. Here we go. Not too far to go. And this is on, which one was this? I think this was Sunset Oil Line, isn't it? Yeah, there's not too many people using it yet, so let's pause the game a second. I'll drag that down to here and just add a couple of stops. There we go. So I'll add the stops back in. Over here and get it to start running again. Let's see. Could maybe do with having another vehicle. Oh, I think maybe it already did add one. I can see there's one sat right there, hidden in the background. Oh wow, this has jumped up 180 over here. Which one is this one? Okay, so there's people arriving from Sunset Harbour probably. This one is at 135, which is starting to increase. What have we got here? This one is at 0. But the Heights is brand new, so there we go. We might even need a 5th one, you know. But we'll leave it at 4 train cars for now. Okay. So there we go, we've taken care of that. I feel like it might be nice to try and place another type of park or how about a carousel or something? No, it doesn't seem sensible right next to the school. How about just your sort of standard dog park? Maybe not. Botanical garden, how does that fit? Yeah, that could fit quite well. How does that look? Yeah, okay. So we've created quite a nice section of services and amenities for Butler Heights. Time to throw in the housing. So what housing should we try? We've got over here in Pearl District. I don't think we're doing anything that special, are we? We've got high-rise band turned on. Given the size of these buildings and the fact we've just put in a massive fire station and a police headquarters, maybe we could have a few small high-rise buildings near that. So for example, what if we put high-rise ban on for Butler Heights, if it's not already? Yeah, high-rise ban is on. Okay, fine. And around here we'll put in just small buildings. I'm interested to see what these 2x2 ones look like. I want to force them to be small. See what we get. That's quite a weird modern. Or, yeah, I'm not sure about these. It's a weird design. This 2x2 one looks okay. Okay, what about this one? This one I don't mind. Alright, we'll continue the pattern just to see what we get. Okay. So that's like the main street through this section. Let's continue it this way as well. So I want to give a particular feel to this main street, which is, it's going to have some tall buildings, but they're not going to be, you know, too over the top for this area, because I want to put low density buildings in this district as well. Okay. So now that we've placed that, I think I'll switch back to the old tried and tested low density 4x4s. I think a lot of this is quite a nice buildable section, so I'm going to fill most of this in with like blanket coverage. Maybe leave the gaps there. Something like that. Ah, here, what are we going to do? Maybe get a fence out. And just block that part off so that we get proper building sections there. Okay. Yeah, so you get the picture that I'm going for. We've got some reasonable building sections to fill in, and then a few that are on a curve around here that we can deal with pretty easily. So let's get that sorted, and then that can just go down to there. Like, cut that off. Around here we can just fill that in. All round the back. Let's go for that here. Get that marked off so that we get some houses fit in around the back. So let's just cover most of this. That can be contained. That comes around like that. And then what should we do here? I think I'm going to have to continue the fence on this side so that I get proper building sections around the back, like that. I can just blanket cover that. That'll sort itself out. And same here. Actually, here I think right near the collector it might be good to place a couple of shops. Right, so that we have just a little bit of enticing commercial industry. It's quite close to the feeder collector road, so that's good. I might even do it on both sides of the road. Let's do that. Could maybe even continue that into here a little bit. I'll have a little corner shop there in the school complex. Maybe even fill this with some shopping. How about that as well, up to there. Okay, and then I'll get this going here. Oh, what happened to this bit of road? It seems a bit weird, doesn't it? There's no building sections over here. Which one is it? Click on it. Disable zoning, force zoning. Okay. I will forget that then for a moment. Let's continue filling these in. We're going to need that for that, I reckon. Okay. So we're getting on a roll of really getting the residential stuff laid down. People are moving in as well, which is good. I want all of that. Yeah, let's do most of that. This is a bit of a weird shape in the middle, but we will see what we can fit inside it. We've got a couple of good spots there. Yeah, there we go. I think that does okay there. We've got okay, and then off the back there. Here we've got some weird shapes. Let's go with some small housing. Like that. Oh yeah, off of here we can actually get some slightly larger ones in. Okay. This was another funny shape of this corner. Got like random hemispheres, haven't we, here? It makes for some interesting shapes though. Yeah, we should probably go around the outside of this as well, shouldn't we? And make use of the space we've got. Actually, we could even give ourselves a bit more room if I mark that off. Could extend that further. Over here, oh, that looks like a good one to just drag all the way out. Again, looks like I need a fence. Maybe there as well. Anywhere else? Yeah, I haven't really... Not really much point there, is there? So... Anywhere else need a fence? That could help. Yeah, this looks a bit close, doesn't it? So it's... Not bother with putting anything in there or there. There we go. Maybe here as well. Some of those are a bit close together, so... what about down here? Feel like get rid of that. Maybe a bit of that as well. Okay. So this all helps just to give us a bit of better building zones really, but try and get back to doing this stuff. So let's do a little bit more. Oh, that could all just be completely covered, couldn't it? That looks like mostly 4x4s to me. apart from a couple of places. What about over here? Yeah, that all looks pretty good building zones to me. Same over there. And there. And all the way down to there. Let's put in some there. Leave a little gap there. Let's do all of that. Let's do these. That one's there. And around and around the blocks we go. That's a good set. So it's that one. How are we doing? Let's zoom out a little bit. We don't have any demand for residential anymore, so I might stop for a minute just to see how we're doing. We've got apparently people causing crime in the botanical gardens. But yeah, let's have just a little look just to see what's actually growing in. So we've got a fair chunk of the high density versions have all arrived. How are we doing for education? It seems like we're still short on elementary schools, aren't we? So I bet we're going to need another one over here. Let's spend the cash and find a spot to place one somewhere over here. So I'm thinking maybe we could squeeze something in over here. We've got that there, and then I always like to squeeze a park or something at the back. Which one is it? Small playground. Can we get that around there? Oh yeah, we can fit that in. Opposite. And then, oh, can we even get in the normal addition, which is a basketball court? Not quite there or there, but we can get it opposite there. There we go. So let's have a look. This is immediately full. So how are we doing? So that's one school extra. Can maybe even do with another one. I feel like we're missing one somewhere here in the middle. There's a lot of people uneducated over here, aren't there? What are we doing over here? Yeah, there's nothing over here, is there? Why don't we do the same? So I'll put one here, and I'll do the usual thing. I'll get a basketball court alongside the school. We've already got a dog park nearby, so maybe that's enough. Let's have a look, and immediately that one is full as well. So don't think I want to spend any more on schools just yet. I mean, we've seemed to be losing money again. So let's have a little zoom out. Maybe I will add a few shops, just a bit of commercial, just to get people interested in moving back in again. So we've been putting some near the collector road along here. Could I continue that maybe over there? Or where else have we got access to a collector? Yeah, we've got a collector road right here. So these are close, with good access to a collector road. Where else could we put something? Over here looks reasonably good, doesn't it? We could even place some along the collector road itself, but generally I'd try to keep buildings off of those. So how about we just place a little bit here like that. Yeah, we could maybe continue that pattern even, just to see how interested people are to start building them. Apparently not. Alright, I'll leave those there. How are we doing for Butler Heights, which is all of this? We've got 1,300 people in here so far, mostly children and adults. Okay. Most of them are working, of the adults by the looks of it. 518 of them are working. Okay. Oh, what's this little thing? The Holly Residence. Oh wow, that's the interesting looking one. Has that got solar panels and stuff on it? Wow. See, some of these are upgrading. How are we doing with the shops here? Oh, they all look just the same, but I guess that's not too bad. What happened to this one? We've got an abandoned shop already, so I guess not enough workers. So we still need more people to move in then. So maybe I should come back to this zone a bit later, once some more people have moved in. So, what should we do next? I've only got, what, half an hour left, I reckon, so what could we do? We could maybe look to think about expanding this zone out the back here that we haven't touched for a while. We've also got this marked out for a zoo. Yeah, we were going to put a zoo in here. How about we do that for a while? Just something different. Large avenue with grass. Something like that, maybe. Might be fun. It has parking options down the side, doesn't it? Well, I don't really want parking down the side. What if I go for something else that... maybe... Do we have a slightly larger road that is just... larger avenue? No? Okay. Well, we can always build our own, right? So what I could do is have a 2-lane road with grass, or even one-way road with grass. Right, and is that the one I want? Yeah. Let's turn all of these snap thingies on. So I'm going to go up there, let's say 20, 25, let's just try that. We'll come out 10, come back, and then under here, let's check, have I got the park area already drawn? Yes, I do. Great. So why don't we explore a little bit of zoo building. zoo main gate. Let's turn the green space off so I can see what I'm doing. Oh, of course it doesn't center properly. That's really annoying. Let's put it on this side. And now we have access to some zoo stuff. Let's see how far we can get in the next, what, half hour before I decide I've had enough for this evening. So, given that I've just added all that one-way road in, let me just do this before I forget, because I've got this custom preset car park thing that I've built that I just want to put in a few sections of this. So how many should we do? Maybe that's enough if I go to there for now. I could always add more if I have to, but something like that. Does that make sense? We've got one way coming in this way, and then they have to go, oh, maybe that should be going the other way, because this is right turns, isn't it, for people on the right hand side. Probably should go the other way. Let's do that. So we'll do that. Goes that way, that way, that way, like that. Then turn that one as well, maybe. We'll try that. So let's get some water up in this thing. Right. Now I was planning to place a lake somewhere in this thing, so that would be a bit of fun. Zoo. We're going to need some fencing, but I'll sort that out near the end. Let's try the first path. That's going to be with decorations. Oh, I'm going to want to do some terrain modification by the looks of it. Let's do a little bit of that. Yeah, because we have a natural depression in the land anyway. I think for this section I'm going to want at least the path to initially stay at a certain height, so I'll put it around there. Maybe even try and have it come straight to start with, out to about there. Let's have that all be roughly the right height. And then why don't we do a bit of an experiment. So this is going to be, oh, that's coming out a bit too far. So if I smooth that a little bit, it's not very imaginative shape, is it? But let's try and make that a little bit more interesting. So we'll try and follow the road a little bit more. Let's get out to there. There we go, at least that creates a slightly more interesting shape. It's not too linear anymore. And then, yeah, we have a, one of the mods I've got is being able to place water sources, which is always fun, because you don't want them to overflow. So I think the idea is that you put the capacity down quite low, then you place that at a certain level, which, oh yeah, that looks like it's going to be enough if I put it down to about there. So let's see how that goes. While that's filling up, maybe I can start to place the first of our zoo paths. I get the feeling that I'm going to start with something pretty standard, going right the way down here to start with. Okay. That seems to be going uphill, doesn't it? Which I guess makes sense. Yeah, we've got fair change in height over there. I actually want that to be mostly the same height, so let's actually put that to the same height as this node here. Just do a little bit more terraforming for a second. Let's get that to go to there. So I think what's going to be nice about this zoo is anybody who's driving on the roads around it is going to get a good view in, because all the roads around it are quite high up. So we've got that section there, that section there. How's this doing? I feel like that could come up a bit higher. And maybe I'll bring this up slightly. Just smoothing out a bit of terrain over there. Okay. Right. Maybe I'll make the brush size a bit smaller and just eke that bit of flatness out a little bit, so that we at least get that the same height. Right, like that. Because I'm going to want to put some animal enclosures over there. Okay. Right, let's make a start on some of the attractions for this thing. So, what should we try? A moose and reindeer. That seems quite a random combo to me, but how about we place that somewhere over here? We'll have it near the entrance. Something like that. Try and keep it roughly in line, so we've got that there. Right, okay. Might even have it raised up, that looks a bit of fun. So, could have like a raised walkway to get there. How about that? Something like that. Okay, and then a bird house. Birds like to be near the water, don't they? So why don't we put that on this side somewhere. I think the bird cage has even got its own little pool in it, which is funny to me. Is that a pool in there? Yeah, they've got their own pond anyway. Right, so let's maybe take a path out to about there, because we'll probably decide to bend it around this thing. And then what can we do with this? Is this a path? apparently we have to join this up. Alright, okay. Okay, let's put that up to there. And then create like a little box like that, and then let's attach that to it. Like that. Good, okay. We're going to need water in this place. Okay, so what else can we place? We have antelope. That to me feels like it needs to go near the moose and the reindeer. I don't know, this feels right. How about we set that down at this level instead? Feels like it's got a path that needs to be placed on. How about we do something interesting and just have that go right underneath? And have that come up to there. And then the people on the walkway get a great view of the antelope. I don't know. So how are we doing? Zoo Park is got plenty of entertainment for the next level. Visitors, one visitor. Oh, come on. Let's put some policies on. Definitely want that. We want advertisement campaign. Let's make this the main park. Celebrate fireworks. Yeah, let's do that. Night tours. Yeah, even more fun. This is for amusement parks, isn't it? Yeah, okay. Nature reserves. Yeah, okay. Let's also whack up the ticket price. I think that helps people come in. Yeah, suddenly we've got a few more visitors. 10 people have turned up. Okay. So we need a few amenities here, don't we? So the plaza is a nice one to start with, isn't it? We've got let's make these without trees for a second, and then let's get the plazas knocking around. Why don't we put a whole batch of them like that. We also need a shop and cafe near the entrance, so we'll put a cafe in there. Souvenir shop, we need that on your way out, so that'll go there. Restrooms, just put those. Could fit 2 in here probably. Let's stick 2 in. 2 restrooms right near there. So, oh, academic works, still prestigious. Right, so maybe whilst that is doing that, let's check out this lake we've created. Okay. If I just check the protection of the level. Yeah, let's bring that up slightly. Seems to me that we can smooth this out on this side. Create a slightly different shape over there. Okay. How's that looking? This is quite a steep drop still, isn't it? But I think it's doable. So do we bother putting in like a key wall? I'm not sure about a key wall. Maybe I'll just keep it natural looking and then we can place stones around it and things like that. And yeah, okay, we'll come back to that. Let's just see how we're doing. Visitors are starting to come in. Let's just check Sterling Gardens. That I think is still my main park, so I want to turn that off if it is. Oh no, it's just a level 5 park. Okay, and then what was the other one? Park overview. Primrose Meadows is 3 stars. No policies on there either. Cool. Okay. Oh wow, you know what? I could have made loads of money if I'd put a park in from this side to this side. But that wasn't the idea of this game, to just make money by kind of cheating, so I won't do that. But so let's see if we can get some more of this zoo to at least plan out a little bit of it. So what else could we do? Let's do a little bit more path exploration. We could just take that round, maybe place an enclosure in there at some point. We could chuck that path all the way up to there. Maybe use that for something. I'm sure we will use it for something. This probably will come to here and then maybe start to have a bend instead. So yeah, I feel like I want to have a sort of a windier path around the edge of some of the lake. And why don't we get these two to join up in a couple of places. That would be good. That probably could easily come all the way down as well. Okay. That might have to be it for now until we get more visitors turning up here. I mean, you know what we could do is try and encourage people to turn up by placing a couple more shops. Maybe have like a couple of shops right outside, something like that. Oh yeah, what else we could do is add some fencing, because we have the start of a fence here. I got all my snap twos turned on. Yeah, I do. Okay, so that's going to come out, isn't it? To at least down to there. Something like that. Let's plan to like use most of the space. So we'll start to make it a bendy one. Bendy fence. Where are we going? Yeah. I reckon let's come away from the road slightly here. Put a slightly more exaggerated bend in it there. And maybe come around the edge again, something like that. Yeah, what if I come along straight? Let's go back to a straight fence, try and get something that makes sense to connect up with this one. This probably has to come out to here, so... Okay, let's change that slightly. There we go. Oh. Well, let's just use Move It mod to fix that one little node. Yeah, oh, no. Okay, do it freehand. Okay, so we've got tons of people pouring in, by the looks of it to me. Yeah, we're creeping up there now. We still need about 130 odd visitors. What else could we place in here? Maybe anything down here? Oh yeah, we've got benches, sign. Oh yeah, let's stick a sign in. Or more than one sign would be good, I think. Yeah, here would be good. Can't see it. Is that? Ah, there we go. That's the right way around now. I think that's right. Put a sign there, and then this sign is handy whenever you've got junctions, so why don't we put something in here? Let's put something there, and here for directions, maybe here as well. Benches maybe near the plaza. We've still got loads of benches around these plazas anyway. Okay, so maybe I'll stop there for a second, but why don't we place a few more paths in? There we go. Just to, you know, improve walkability, and we've got a kind of a running parallel section going, so yeah, I think that'll have to do. Oh yeah, I was going to check what we've done here with the land, because this needs smoothing out a little bit. So let's make that less severe. Oh, I guess that'll do. So let's have a look what we got here then. This is the antelope, wasn't it? Yeah, antelope. And up the hill here we've got an upgrade from the antelope, I guess. It's moose and reindeer. Can we get a good view of any birds in here? We've got some kind of eagles or something maybe in this enclosure. They look like eagles to me on the left. And then we just need to get the next few stages unlocked. we'll have to do that next time, I reckon, because we just started making money as well. Let's see what we get at level 2, if anything. There we go. Insect, amphibian and reptile, and the bison enclosure. Alright, let's find a home for those, and then I think that'll have to be it for this evening. How big is the bison enclosure? Yeah, that's plenty of space. And, oh, it has its own paths attached. Oh, you know what? We've got like a ready-made raised walkway type of shenanigans going on already. What if we try and just like pull that out up to about there maybe, and then kind of place it on the end? Oh no, it doesn't want to work. Alright, I'll place it there, then place the path afterwards. Put one there, one there, one there, one there. There we go. Let's get the water roughly sorted out. Okay, cool. We can always change the paths up more and more in the future, but yeah, I think that makes an interesting raised set of walkways. How about we place the next one? What was that? Insect and amphibians, isn't it? This is, oh yeah, this is quite a cool building, isn't it, this one? I like the look of this building. So we should give this one a special spot, I think. Where should we go for? Maybe here? Gets its own kind of space. Or what if we had it facing the lake? Actually, yeah, that might be cool. So, we could go, what about there, let's say. And then I could even connect up a few more paths to it. Somewhere about there then. Just to like try this out. Let's see what happens if I do that as well. Now that I've done that, I feel like I need to do the same thing on the other side. So let's just see what that looks like. Does that fit? No, not quite. Just for the sake of symmetry, it felt like I had to put that path in. Maybe all the way down as well. This doesn't look right, so let's fix that. There we go. So, have we got path overkill now? Maybe. We can get rid of a few if we need to. That I think should be like that. So from the main entrance we have... Oh, there's not many have trees on anymore. I'm trying to just see what we've got here, where we might want to put trees. Yeah, I guess we could keep all these paths, maybe, but could be overkill, couldn't it? So I'm not sure if we need this connecting section here, although, I don't know. I've got so many paths now. I think it's alright. What we could do is keep the theme of these trees. What are these ones? They're like, are they conifers or something? No, it's not that one, is it? Beach, or is it green? Might be something like that. What else have we got? Don't want a giant redwood. What's kind of looks like a pine, but that looks too big. Oh, some of these are using Corsican pines, aren't they? We also have sugar maple. Ah, looks like a combo. Alright, so what I was thinking of is maybe playing with adding a couple of lines of trees that are a bit more custom. So there's another mod here we can play with to change the spacing between the trees, maybe try 20 meters. What if we just try some like spacings just to see what that might look like? Yeah, how about 10 meters? Just experimenting here. Let's try and get that in the middle. Oh wow, the angles doesn't look quite right, does it? But I don't know, just trying it out. I can redo it. Yeah, I'm not convinced by that little bit of detailing. Anybody else got any suggestions? We could place a few clumps of trees, maybe, or extend the plaza madness that we've got going on, or yeah, I'm not sure. What other? Actually, I've got access to some of the other park assets as well. You can always mix and match these, can't you? So, for example, if I wanted to, I could throw in a gazebo or climbing frame or a trampoline park, just to make things really confusing between mixing and matching the parks. Let's see, how are we doing? Yeah, we're quite a way off from 3 stars, aren't we? And I feel like I've hit a bit of a mental roadblock for this evening. We've got at least the bones of quite a large zoo in the making here, so if we don't use all of this space, we could create quite a nice park that is a combination of zoo and city park, and yeah, we'll see how it goes. But yeah, I think I'm going to leave it there for tonight. I'll be back Friday, similar time of about 8 p.m. GMT. So I hope you guys enjoyed the end to this. It was a bit different from what we started off with. I was just got stuck in a placing house mode, but now we're doing something a bit more interesting, I think. But yeah, I need to stop. So I just see there's a bit of an issue over here. What's going on? Got a broken connection to that, so let's sort that out. So good night, guys. I'll see you Friday.